Sure. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, Leaders Connect and Leader Stories and Storytellers are on a same platform in this meeting today. And I welcome to all of you in this beautiful morning. And I request everyone if you can turn on your camera and show up so that meeting can be more interactive and engaging. Before going stating the mission, club mission, I would saying there's three ground rules. First is please keep your mobile phones on silent or you can keep it on switch off. Let's have a 15 seconds for that to check it once. Check my new file. Yeah, I'm requesting again if you can please switch on your camera if possible. Still, I can see only myself in this video. Thank you, Winnie ma'am, for turning on the camera. I requesting Parth, Raja, Satakshi, Ranjan, Gayatri, Mukesh, Bhavya to turn on the camera. Thank you so much. Now, I would state the club mission, that is, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I would like to hand over the stage to the heart and soul of this club and my dear friend, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit Sawhney. Let's have a huge round of applause for him.
I,
Hello.
I, I, I.
Sound is equal in update.
You want to do an audio video? We're doing a quick audio video check. Am I audible and visible to everyone online as well? Sharad, can you?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are audible and visible. Perfect.
Okay, great. So, how is everything? So today, that was actually not a question. Today, that was actually an answer. How is everything? So think of your dream, something that you aspire to do. It could be that you want to become an excellent public speaker. It could be that you want to start a new venture, or it could be that you want to start or be seen as a leader. Whatever that goal is, what is standing between you and that goal? That's usually a wall which has some graffiti on it, a wall between you and your goal. And what's written on this wall? It's that you are not good enough, you are not strong enough, and this is just not possible for you. And what do? You look at this wall, you stare at it, and you think that whatever is written is actually true. You worry, you feel anxious. And in the process of doing that, you make this wall stronger, thicker, wider. So, in a world where we are constantly overthinking, today I want to invite you to stop overthinking and instead of being obsessed about overthinking, I want you all to be obsessed about the how. The how can you make the next move? The how can you find someone who has done this before? And the how can you take one little step forward? And those hows are actually like a little dent in this wall. This wall, you make a few dents in this wall, make it a little better for you. How like that? A few hows, how I can make it possible, how I can find someone, how I can make the next move. And before you know it, this wall, this wall becomes a doorway. This wall becomes a doorway. A doorway which lets you pass through the wall and step closer towards that goal. So next time when you face a wall, remember what's standing between you, your next and your now is the how. And is how is everything. Say after me, how is everything. Thank you, presiding officer. Mehak?
Presiding officer today.
Are there any guests in the meeting? We have guests.
Yeah, Satakshi is here.
Okay, so awesome. So yeah, Toastmaster Satakshi would love to invite you on the stage and learn about what brought you here and yeah, what you hope to take from this meeting.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Shatakshi. I think this is the second time I'm joining a Leaders Connect meeting. The last one when I joined was in last year. Unfortunately, couldn't join the Toastmasters Club that time, but I do look forward to be a member soon. Why I'm here is because um, I had a conversation with Mohit and why I want to join this Toastmasters Club is I believe is um, there are certain things that you pick up, in your life inadvertently, and I guess uh, communication skills are something which I believe I'm a little, I'm good at it, but I believe I can take it far more uh, to better heights than where I am right now. And that is what I'm here for, to learn to speak better in front of a lot of people, to present myself better, to articulate better. Um, because a lot of times we have a lot of thoughts, but we are not able to bring them forward for the lack of words, um, especially when you are put on a spot. So I guess that is what I'm looking to do through these meetings, upskill myself and become better as a person who communicates. That's about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shatakshi. Yeah, as you said, we can see you are a good speaker, but of course, always things we can improve. Thanks for sharing that with us. So, if we don't have other guests, we
We
do.
have Prashant as well.
Okay,
Somewhere.
okay, yes, sorry. Yes, please, Toastmaster Prashant, please, stage is yours.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. I'm so happy that I'm joining Toastmaster as a guest after I think many months. Uh, I have been a Toastmaster member, but it's been almost 2 years. I paid membership couple of times, but still I was a dormant member. I was not able to continue, and I love being Toastmaster. But because of a lot of was going on, office front, personal front, I was shifted from Gurgaon to Mumbai, and then joining a new organization, then settling yourself in a new organization, and uh, making your circle around because it's a new place. So, but finally, uh, these 2 years taken away my confidence level. Though I achieved a lot, I changed my job, I settled myself in the job, and I made circle also. But it's these 2 years gap with the Toastmaster took away my confidence, and I want to gain my confidence back. So that is one of the reason, and I want to become a member now. I'm very clear. I want to become a member. After this meeting, I'm going to make a call to Mohit Saab that please make me a member and tell me what is the fee. So I'm very happy to be part of Toastmaster, and I want. This is my dream that I would like to continue with Toastmaster as long as possible, because this communication skills, when you stop, then it goes down. Again, you have to come into the practice. So that is how this vicious cycle is. Once you get into it, then you need to keep remaining into it. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Prashant. I'm looking forward to seeing you as Toastmaster next week. Um, and Bhavya also?
Ranjan raises hand.
Hmm?
Ranjan.
Ranjan. Okay, Toastmaster Ranjan, please go ahead. And
Ranjan, if you are speaking, we are unable to hear you. Can you please unmute yourself? Mm. Okay, so there will be some technical glitch at Ranjan end, and he is trying to rejoin. Till then, is there any other guest? I
yes, I
see
see Toastmaster Bhavya. We can possibly go.
Via is there.
Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Bhavya. So I've been a Toastmaster before, but currently I'm exploring clubs to like rejoin my Toastmasters journey. So I joined Toastmasters for the first time about 7 years ago, and after that I was on a break for some years. So by profession, I am an architect and a UX designer, and I got to know about this club from Shweta. I think she joined this meeting. So I'm excited and looking forward to today's meeting. And all the best to all the speakers and the role players.
Thank you so much.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, Toastmaster Ranjan, go ahead.
Awesome. So hi everyone. Good morning. I think this is my first session. Charu Vashisht is part of our organization, and she actually recommended me to join the Toastmasters. The reason why I'm here is two things. One, I think a couple of years back, Charu presented in our one of our town hall, and I was actually very impressed the way she narrated the entire story. So I just thought I'll definitely give it a shot. But it took me 2 years to think and finalize. Uh, now, the other reason why I'm joining this Toastmaster is that going forward, what I see is that one, since we have so much disruption in the AI, I think there are two things which is two basically job roles which is going to stay for a long. One is obviously the people who are in the expert in the AI, and second who are good storytellers. While my job requires a lot of storytelling, but I still think there's a lot of improvement in terms of presentation skills. So I thought this is the right platform to join and learn from the people and also enhance my skills. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters, Bhavya and Ranjan. And yeah, it's very true. I think the first step is the hardest, but for once you make through that first meeting, then it gets it gets more fun. So I would also like to introduce our newest member of the club, Toastmaster Nancy, who joined us just this week. And Toastmaster Nancy, would you like to say a few words? Big round of applause for Toastmaster Nancy. You're on mute, Toastmaster Nancy. Still on mute.
You're talking on mute, Nancy.
Okay, so let's do one thing. We'll do the introduction at the end of the meeting, towards the end of the meeting. Hopefully by then the technical issue is sorted out at your end, Toastmaster Nancy. Let's now begin, and I'd like to hand over the stage to the moderator of today, who is Toastmaster Mehak. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Soumya, for the warm invitation. Greetings, everyone. Today, as the theme for the meeting is the stories we experience. We all know, and we have read this quote many a times, people may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you make them feel. On this note, I would want to start with the theme for the today. We are going to play a very small game. I would present the screen, and in front of you would be an auction board. By any chance, someone is aware how we can share the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mehak, you can use the top. There is an icon on the top of the screen of your Teams meeting. You can see the
can-
icon share over there. You can use it to share the screen.
There is an icon just adjacent to the mic.
Okay.
Yes, I am. No, I am audible.
Yes, you are audible, Nancy. Now.
Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible now.
Is the image visible?
Yes, there are a lot of images visible.
All right. Now you have an auction board in front of you. Just keep a tab on whatever experience or story you want to relive or you want to live in the future. Think about it. If you have a paper, write it down over a paper. If you don't have a paper, you can maybe write it down somewhere either on your laptops or on your mobile devices. Take 30 seconds, think about it, and write it down.
We have to select from this.
Yes, yes. You have to select from the image that I've shared.
What's if there in the center? That's a star.
Sorry?
Uh, is there anything where you can choose a star in center of the clip?
Yes, you can. Scar is something that says
Becoming a
that you
star.
can choose. You can choose anything, or you can experience whatever you want. Something you want to add on to it. You can write your own thing as well that you want to experience something. All right, I hope everyone is done. 30 seconds are up. I hope that all of you have selected something. Wonderful. Now keep your choices that you have selected to yourself. I'm sure some of you might have selected the latest smartphone or the MacBook, but I'm equally sure that many of you would have chosen an experience or a story that you wish to live for. Maybe it was a trip to your dream destination, reliving your happiest childhood memory, seeing the northern lights, publishing your own book, receiving a Nobel Prize, or giving a speech in front of the packed audience. Now, here is something interesting. Why did this happen? I could have filled the board with thousands of products, the latest gadgets, cars, expensive watches, designer purses. Yet, many of us would still choose an experience and a story that we want to live. Do you know why did this happen? Because products, they occupy the spaces in our homes. But experiences and stories, they occupy this space in our hearts. The truth is that we don't want to spend our lives collecting things. We want to spend our lives collecting stories, experiences, because eventually that story that we tell others becomes the most important experience because we have lived by it. Do you remember Vijay Sargonkar the visiting on 2nd and 3rd October to Chinmay Ji Satsang, and he had pav bhaji there. He also visited and watched a cinema. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the Drishyam 2 movie and the experience that he has lived by. All of us might have triggered that, and we know because we have experienced with him the set of trail, the set of story that he set for himself, for his family, and for others to watch it on screen. That's how the stories are powerful. And this shift has become so powerful that has changed the way businesses also operate around the world. Today, we live in a world where many marketers call this as experience economy. The world's most successful brands are no longer just selling the products alone, they are selling experiences. Think about your latest visit to any of a restaurant. Think about the food that you had. Was it just the food or the experience that they delivered to you? Just think about Starbucks itself. It's not merely selling coffee. If coffee was the only thing that they sold, there would have been little reason to pay a premium price for the same coffee that we can usually have it at home as well. But what they sell is the experience. The aroma of that freshly brewed coffee, your name written on that coffee cup, the ambience of the cafe, and that feeling like for a few moments that space belongs to you. A similar thing happened to me. Recently, I visited a small coffee stand, maybe you can say, and they were selling coffee with the fortune card placed on it. That's a very new brand called as Fortune Coffee. It's a brand by ITC. And that fortune card was something that was really excellent and a greater factor for me to visit it again more than coffee itself. So now you can see that the product has become secondary, but the experience had become the story. And that's exactly what we are going to see in the meeting today. Stories that we will experience. As we move through today's meeting, I invite you not only to listen to the speeches and the discussions ahead, but experience them. Listen for the emotions, the lessons, and the moments that transform you somewhere beyond this room. As far as the agenda for any Toastmasters meeting is concerned, today our meeting will be divided into 3 segments. The first one being the prepared speech session, in which the prepared speakers will give the speech from the pathway that's selected within Toastmasters International. The second segment would be the table topic session, the most important and a fun segment. That is the impromptu speaking session, wherein the speaker will be allowed to give a speech for about 1 to 2 minutes. And the third segment, that is an exclusive segment to Toastmasters, the general evaluation. The general evaluator will evaluate the overall meeting. So without any further ado, let's invite on stage our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Soumya, to take it forward and invite the supporting roles player as well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meher. As general evaluator for today's meeting, I will be evaluating the general structure of the meeting, the different role players, and how the overall meeting went, and why the one point I wanted to highlight about why evaluation is so important. Like just think about if evaluation didn't exist. We just had meeting without any evaluation. What would happen? Right? People would just come, speak, possibly try to, let's say speakers would speak and possibly try to understand from audience's expressions how their speech went. And since it's Toastmasters, they would get good expressions anyway. So you would not learn anything. But because we have structured evaluation, it allows speakers, role players, and us, as a team, as a unit, as a whole, it allows us the opportunity to get better, get to the next level that much faster. So this allows us to be on the fast track. And with that in mind, that's how I and the team will be doing our evaluation today. So we have a tag team that will help to evaluate various aspects of the meeting: timer, counter, and grammarian. So I would invite each of them one by one to introduce their roles to the meeting. So first we have timer, who is Toastmaster Geeta. Toastmaster Geeta, yeah, could you please come and explain your role? You are on mute, Toastmaster Geeta.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I am the timer for the today's meeting, as told by Soumya. So, should I tell what time? Because should I tell? But I don't have the list. But I don't have that thing with me today. What time is given to what? Don't have that thing with me.
Okay, so prepared speeches should be between 5 to 7 minutes.
Prepared speeches is मैं भी लिख लेती हूँ ना ताकि मुझे भी prepared speeches is 5 to 7.
Yes.
Okay.
And impromptu, the table topics is 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay.
And for each of them, there is a 30-second grace on either side. So it can be for the qualification.
Okay.
Evaluation is 2 to 3. Evaluation, so for evaluators, it's 2 to 3 minutes. Perfect.
And can I repeat it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, for the prepared speeches, it is for 5 to 7 minutes. And for the table topics, it is 1 to 2 minutes. And for the evaluators, it is 2 to 3 minutes. And the colors are also, there's a red, green, and yellow.
Can you show the colors or the props you would use?
Yeah, this is the red colors for this. I'll show this red color. This is yellow. And this is green. Can you please tell me at what time I have to show red, one yellow and green?
Yeah. Okay. But before that, one point to note here. So icebreaker speech, which is speaker 2, that is 4 to 6 minutes instead of 5 to 7.
Icebreaker speech.
Yes. So that is 4 to 6 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
And 30-second grace. So in terms of when you show the cards, for each of them, you show the green at the first, like at the lower end. So for icebreaker, it would be at 4 minutes. For the other speech, it will be 5 minutes. And for impromptu, it would be 1 minute. For evaluation, 2 minutes. Yellow, show it down in the middle. So 5 for icebreaker, 6 for the prepared speech, 1 minute 30 seconds for the impromptu, and 2 minute 30 seconds for the evaluation. And same way for red, it would be 5 for icebreaker, 7 for prepared, and 2 minutes.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Okay, next we have the R counter, who is Toastmaster Mukesh. Please, Toastmaster Mukesh, come and explain your role.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. Good morning, Toastmaster and guest. As today's R counter, my role is to listen closely for filler words and sounds such as so, like, and that can distract from your message. So generally it's happened when we lose our thought. We often use these crutch words to fill the silence. Instead of filling that space with noise, try to simply pause, take a breath, and gather your thoughts in silence. I will be keeping a friendly tally for all speakers throughout the meeting. I look forward to sharing my report during the evaluation session at the end. Over to you, Toastmaster Soumya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mukesh. Next, we have the grammarian, who is none other than Toastmaster Mohit.
Hi everyone, morning again. So as Toastmaster Soumya already said, there's significant part that the evaluations play. And within that, I play the role of the grammarian. So as the grammarian, I will be noting down the good and the not so good usage of the English language. And I will be highlighting what you did well, and I will also be highlighting what is it that we can improve. The other part of my role is to present a word of the day, which we are all encouraged to use in whatever speeches we get deliver or whenever we get an opportunity to come on the stage. So the word of the day that I've selected today is exhilarating. Exhilarating means something that makes you happy. It's a Latin origin and it's made up of two words, ex, which means express, and hilaris, which means cheerful. An example of this word would be being your own boss can be both exhilarating as well as intimidating. I encourage everybody to use the word of the day, and I also encourage everybody to show a thumbs up, either a virtual one or a real one, whenever somebody uses the word of the day to encourage the speaker.
Can you please spell out
Sure, Toastmaster Geeta. The spelling of the word is EXHILAR ATING, exhilarating. The other forms of this word are exhilarate and exhilaration. With that, I pass on the stage back to the general evaluator, and I'll come back with my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you very much.
And idiom of the day is? Idiom?
We just have the word of the day today. So let's try and use that as much as possible. Thank you, and back to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So we have, I think everyone understands who the rotors are. Try to use word of the day, exhilarating. It's going to be an exhilarating experience for everyone if you used it in your speeches. We will all come back at the end of the meeting with our report. And now I will hand over back to T-Mod Toastmaster Mehek for to take it forward.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Soumya, for introducing your role as a general evaluator and for introducing your CAT team who will be seeing you in the role. Now, we will move forward and start with our very first segment, that is the prepared speech session. Today we have two speakers, and in this we have an icebreaker speech as well. First, I would like to call on stage our first prepared speaker, that is Toastmaster Vinny, who would be evaluated by Toastmaster Kanchan. I would first like to invite on stage her evaluator, Toastmaster Kanchan, on stage to please introduce the objectives for Toastmaster Vinny's speech.
I'm audible?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kanchan Maurya. Today, I'm the evaluator for the speech of Toastmaster Vinny. She is delivering her speech from the pathway, team collaboration, level 1, and the purpose of the speech is speech with a purpose, and the title is Small Choices, Extraordinary Results. I request the timer, please note down that timing would be 5 to 7 minutes. My role would be listening to the speech carefully, highlighting the strength and sharing some constructive feedback for improvement. I'll be presenting my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you. I wish all the best to the speaker. Back to TM Modi.
It's an icebreaker speech, no?
No, not this one, Toastmaster Geeta. It would be the next one.
Okay, it's a prepared speech, 5 to 7 minutes.
Yes.
And I have to show green at what time?
Green at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card till the speech is concluded till at the 7-minute time.
Okay.
All right, I can see Toastmaster Vinny on stage. This would be your speaking position?
Yes, Mehak.
All right. I can
Is it
see
okay?
light
Like,
is
can you see
flashing
me?
on your head from the background.
Just give me a moment. Is it better now? Is it better? Is it
I think,
better?
yeah, now it is better.
Okay.
Now I think it would be fine.
Okay. So can I start?
Yes, just a second. I will introduce you. I think you are clearly audible. Toastmaster Winnie, small choices, extraordinary results. Small choices, extraordinary results. Toastmaster Winnie.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. So the title of my speech is Small Choices, Extraordinary Result. So can I have a show of hands from all of you who are the tea and coffee lovers out there? Somebody who starts your day with a cup of tea or coffee? Okay, so I can see many hands. So I'm not alone. Do we know that having tea on an empty stomach is bad? Because tea is acidic in nature, and having it on an empty stomach can disrupt the acid basic balance, which can create acidity and other indigestion problems. And it also contains a compound called as theophylline, which is dehydrating effect and which can lead to other problems. But still, most of us start our day with a cup of tea or coffee. So that's the part of the daily culture we follow. So that's the habit. Have anybody of us tried to break that habit? Because we are all aware that it's having such a bad impact on us. Okay, let me give you another example. How many of us want to have a beautiful morning regime inspired by celebrities like Akshay Kumar? And yet, countless number of times we set the morning alarm, and the very first time we hear the alarm ring, we just hate that sound. And then snooze, snooze, snooze. We just want to sleep until the time it is about the same time as we usually wake up. And then we also hear a small sound in the top in the brain saying, "You slept so late. You must be tired. You are a human being. You need 7 hours of rest. Let me sleep today. I'll wake up tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow." And one day you realize it's been years you have been struggling to form a habit of waking up early to follow that exercise or meditation regime. It's why at all a small habit of waking up early is so important. Why at all? It's just a habit. We have other ingredients to success like dedication, hard work. Why is it so important? It's just a habit. Okay, how do we define habit? Habit is something we do often without something that we do often, almost without thinking. It's a learned behavior which becomes reflexive and repetitive over time, often triggered by a context. For example, I automatically go to brush my teeth after having my breakfast, so that becomes a habit. Now, are small habits so important? Do small habits such a big impact? Can they have such a big impact? Many a times we keep on thinking that massive success requires a massive action plan. The target could be as simple as losing weight or as formidable as building a business empire. And we keep on waiting for that terrific business plan that is a game changer. But if I tell you it is only 1%, if we change 1% every day, if we improve 1% every day, at the end of the year, we would be 37 times better than the previous version. So which means at the end of the year, we would be a 37%, 37 times improved version of ourselves. So this is shared by James Clear in his book called as Atomic Habits. Another famous motivational speaker, Brian Tracy, also quotes that successful people are ordinary people with successful habits. So what is the science behind habit formation? Why do we create resolutions on the new year and we just break them after a couple of weeks? So is it the lack of willpower? No. There is a science behind habit formation. And what is that science? So as per James Clear, every habit is formed in 4 stages. First, cue. Second, craving. Third, response. And fourth, reward, which is, to put simply, first, notice it. Second, want to do it. Third, do it. And fourth, reward, that is enjoying it. So as an example, suppose I'm sitting and working and my phone buzzes. So the phone that buzzes, that's a notification, and that is a cue for me. I want to check my phone. Now I have the craving and I just pick up the phone and check the message on the phone. So that is the craving. And once I check the phone, that is the action. And suppose I got a very good news. Somebody liked my post, somebody liked my comment, I'm happy. So that is the reward. Now, since the reward is so rewarding, so the mind, the brain wants to repeat that behavior. It becomes a pattern, it becomes a habit. Now, another example, suppose I want to start exercising as a part of my morning regime. So what do I do is I place my jogging shoes besides my bed. Now, when I get up, I see my jogging shoes. I want to get up and wear them and go for a jog. That is, I want to do that action. Now, I actually wear them. I go for a run. I come back and I'm feeling happy because I could follow that. So that is a reward. The important thing to understand here is that all the 4 stages in the habit formation should occur together. So which means if there is no cue, there is no trigger point for the habit. If you make the action very difficult, then there's a lot of inertia. You don't want to get into it. And if the response is not satisfying, you don't want to repeat that habit again. So there are 4 questions which you can answer yourself in order to create a good habit for you. So how can I make it very obvious? So for example, if I want to start meditating, if I want to learn meditation, then I can have it in the habit, I can stack it in my existing habit somewhere. So for example, after having a cup of tea, I'll meditate for 5 minutes. So that is how I can make it more obvious. Second, how I can make it more attractive. So for example, you want to start eating healthy rather than eating junk food. You want to make it a healthy practice for yourself. So how would you want to make it more attractive for yourself? Maybe you can place a fruit bowl on the dining table in front of you so that whenever you want to munch, you actually pick it up and start eating. So that is how you can make it more attractive. Third, how you can make the action easy. So many a times what we do is we overcommit ourselves. For example, if I want to start the habit of exercising, I might say that I'll exercise for 1 hour. On the other hand, if I say that I will exercise for, I'll say that if I exercise, do 10 Surya Namaskars, that will be okay. And that is consistency. And later on, I can, add the bigger thing to it. Then how I can make it more satisfying. Now, here is the tricky part. Most of the good habits will have their payoffs later. So, how can I make it more satisfying? See, after doing one workout, you will not build your muscles. After doing one investment, you will not become wealthy at once. Which means what we can do is we have to celebrate the small wins. We have to put a tick against the habit tracker wherever we were able to complete that task. Why? Because success really is never a result of one big action. It is small hundreds of repeated actions, repeated consistently, that create success. And that is the real power of habits. Small choices repeated daily and creating extraordinary results. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinny, for giving us and reminding us of this powerful message. Like small choices, definitely repeating again and again can create an extraordinary results for us, and we can be successful by choosing that small habits over and over again. Now, I would want everyone in the audience to take your time and please provide your feedback for Toastmaster Vinny in the chat. For the people who are present offline, maybe they can do so by providing the feedback over the WhatsApp chat, or they can write it down somewhere and can share it with Toastmaster Vinny. I would request the timer to please take 1 minute for this activity and please notify once 1 minute is over.
One minute is over. Over. 1 minute over. Over.
Thank you
Yes.
so much, Toastmaster Geeta, for timing it out. Now let's move ahead to our second speech. And for this, I would like to invite on stage our second speaker, that is Toastmaster Tanav, and his evaluator, Toastmaster Gayatri. I would request Toastmaster Gayatri to please read out the objectives for Toastmaster Tanav's speech.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. And my special good morning to my target speaker, Toastmaster Tanav. Toastmaster Tanav is going to present his icebreaker speech. The purpose of the speech is to introduce himself to the club. Timer, please note the time limit is 4 to 6 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Tanav. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gayatri. Can we have Toastmaster Tanav on stage?
Mehak, before proceeding, Toastmaster Nancy raises hand.
Yes, Toastmaster Nancy.
Yes. I don't understand what is she trying to say, red and green, yellow symbol. She say, I don't understand.
These are the timing cards, Nancy. For the speeches, they are timed. So at 5 minutes, Toastmaster Geeta was showing the green card. At 6 minutes, she showed the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, she showed the red card till the speaker concluded the speech. She's timing. Basically, this is for the speaker to know that when the speech is covering 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and 7 minutes mark.
And this is the icebreaker speech?
Yes. Now we are going to have an icebreaker speech that would be for 4 to 6 minutes. So at 4 minutes, you will share the green card, 5 minutes, the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, the red card. I would request Toastmaster Tanav to please let me know the title of his speech.
The title is Still Climbing.
Sorry, you weren't audible.
Still climbing.
Skill climbing. All right. This would be your speaking session.
What? What is the title?
Still climbing.
We are not able to hear it clearly, and echo is there.
There is an echo.
It will get better. Is it better now?
No. Okay. Could you please come closer to the mic? It would be better then.
No, I think it's fine now.
Okay.
Speak a little louder, I would suggest.
Hello, how are you? Can you hear me better now? Hello?
It's fine now.
Others, please. I can hear the echo.
So wherever there are two devices logged in, there will be an echo. One device has to be speaker has to be off. So please check if somebody is logged in through two devices.
Okay. The title of Tanav's speech is Still Climbing. Is that clear, Toastmaster Mehak?
Yes.
Okay. So once you announce the title and you invite the speaker, we should not hear an echo. So you can do that now, Mehak, and then Tanav will unmute from there and then take it forward. Yeah. Okay. Just invite the speaker now, Toastmaster Mehak.
All right. Toastmaster Tanav. Skill climbing. Skill climbing. Toastmaster Tanav.
Morning, everyone. Is the audio good?
Little bit louder.
Good morning, everyone. The audio fine now? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Most of you or some of you would already know me because of the virtue of my parents. But today, I will not be introduced as someone's son. I will be introducing myself as me. I am Tanav Sahani, a student, a learner, and a beginner in many things. And if I look at my life right now, I am still climbing. I'm still learning. In fact, I think the past 2 years of my life have been a climb. In fact, I divide my life, the previous 3 years of my life, into 3 mountains. The first mountain was class 11. In class 11th, I had decided to not just study. I decided I'd learn new skills. I'd gather more knowledge. And that I did. I learned how to do some video editing, some freelancing. And I learned that learning new skills is fun. And most importantly, another lesson I learned is even though learning new skills is exciting, applying them is even more exciting. So overall in class 11th, I learned various skills, I gathered knowledge, and most importantly, I learned how to explore various skills and how to go about learning new things. Then came the villain for class 11, which was class 12th. In class 11, I could explore. I learned how to explore. But in class 12th, I needed to focus because I had a goal in mind, which was to score well. And for that, I needed to put aside many of the skills I learned. And I needed to actually learn how to get myself to discipline. So in class 12th, I learned how to focus, which actually
felt like I was giving up a part of myself because I was so engrossed in learning new things. I forgot how to focus and discipline. But slowly I realized that discipline is also a skill I can learn. And so that was the second mountain I climbed. The first mountain was class 11, which taught me how to explore. And class 12 taught me how to focus. The transition was steep because I needed to learn how to focus instead of explore. I needed to know how to control over comfort. I learned various things. Then I thought maybe I could rest once I completed class 12. But maybe I would reach the top of a mountain and maybe relax a little while after class 12. But the moment that class 12 ended, I learned that, well, I saw another mountain that I needed to climb, which was college admissions, right? Another mountain, another climb. I did not have time to rest. And after that ended, I had loads of free time. But I realized that it was yet another mountain that I needed to navigate through. Having free time and how to use it judiciously was quite a task, and it was yet another mountain that I needed to navigate. I realized soon enough that maybe that I am not meant to reach the top of a mountain and rest. Rather, I need to keep finding new mountains that I need to climb. I cannot just sit at the top and rest, because if you reach the top of a mountain, there is only one direction that you can go, and that is down. So I need to keep finding new mountains. I need to keep climbing them, because otherwise, the only direction you can go is what you know. And so this speech is an example of a mountain that I'm climbing as well. I am giving this speech to maybe communicate better, to maybe speak more fluently, to become a better person overall. And I'm not here as a finished person yet, but I'm here as a person who is still climbing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanav, for making us a part of your journey and for sharing your experience, your story to all of us today, and giving us with a powerful message that it is not something that we need to stop and we need to sit at the mountain. We need to climb where we can and find our new mountains. Now, I would request everyone to please take a moment and first of all, give a standing ovation to Toastmaster Pranav since it was his icebreaker speech, and would request everyone to take up a minute and provide your feedback for Toastmaster Pranav in the chat below. For the offline audience, would suggest you to please write it down, your feedback for Toastmaster Pranav, and share it with him. Would request the timer to please let me know once 1 minute is over.
1 minute over.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Geeta. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, coming back to our theme, let's do a really small and a quick activity once again. I would take up and pick up few volunteers for this one. And I was going to say a few words. I want you to respond with the very first word that comes to your mind. Don't think about it. Just say the first word, whatever you feel, whatever you want to say. So first, I would go ahead with from an offline setup. Toastmaster Colonel Prem. So I'm going to say one word and you have to respond with very first word that comes to your mind. It could be anything.
Exhilarating.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant.
So this is like SSB psychology test, WAT, word association test. Yeah, please go ahead.
All right. So the word for you is childhood.
Yeah. Childhood, for fun and games.
Okay. Thank you.
Hmm.
Now, maybe let's take someone from an online audience. Toastmaster Nancy. The word for you is home.
At sweet home, at lots of experience, happiness.
Okay, thank you, Nancy. Toastmaster Sharad.
Yes.
The word for you is rain.
Um, I love going outside in rain.
Okay.
With this smell of land and seeing beautiful rainbow would be so heartwarming and be with mood freshening.
Yes. Thank you, Sharad. Shatakshi. The word for you is friendship.
Comfort, familiarity, and lots of fun.
Okay. Bhavya.
Yes.
The word for you is train journey.
Train journey for me is nostalgia, childhood moments where we are traveling with our family on Rajdhani and just sitting and playing card games and eating food which they serve. So for me, train journey is all happy moments and I love train journeys.
Okay. Toastmaster Geeta.
Yes.
Yes. So the word for you is Sunday.
Sunday, hectic day for me, being a working lady. Attention day for me, because for me to prepare for the next week, whole next week. And then Sunday is a very hectic day for me. Hectic. Sunday is hectic.
Okay.
Not a fun day. It's a hectic day. Monday is a fun day.
All right. Now let's take up one last. I would go ahead with guest Prashant. So the word for you is family.
Cooking food sometimes when the family wants to have a good food prepared by me and take them out to the riverside to spend quality time with the family. Sunday, I can associate Sunday with the family.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, why I did this activity with all of you, you might be thinking, because when I said childhood, nobody gave me a dictionary definition. Instead, what you thought was memories, people, places, and the games. When I talked about rains, Toastmaster Sharad did not say umbrella. He did not say clouds. What he said was the nostalgia, the feeling, the relishing moments that come with the rain, and the smell of the wet mud. The same thing happened with all of us. When I shared the words, whether it's family, friendship, home, you all have triggered an experience and shared your story. That's because our brains don't remember the life as information. We remember them as stories, the emotions, the moments. Think about it, you just get an activity because the experience behind it is always extraordinary. When I said family, we do not remember the house or the home. We remember the people that makes it up as a family. And exactly what makes storytelling so powerful is this experience. When we have lived it. And businesses around the world has also understood this as well. They have now realized that consumers don't simply want to consume the products anymore. They want to purchase like emotions. And that's why they trigger that emotions for the consumers itself. Think about Disney. The moment I say Disney, what comes to your mind? It's magic, it's childhood, the happiness. Rarely anyone would think about the tickets or the theme parks that we wish to visit. Think about Nike. Now it is not just selling shoes, it's selling that determination and ambition. And that's what clearly being advertised long as well. And that's why some of the brands stay with us for years because they are not forgotten as they have not shared the product with us but their experience. And as speakers and storytellers, we can learn an important lesson from this. Our role is simply not to just deliver information because information is found everywhere. Today we have AI as well. But our role is to create that experience for all of us, to make people laugh, to reflect, to imagine, and to feel. Because when people experience a story, they don't just listen to it, they become a part of it. And that is what the essence of the theme was for today. So I am sure now you're taking back that the stories we experience is something like stories that we have lived by. And now let's create more stories. I would now want to invite on stage our Toastmaster of the day, our table topics master, Toastmaster Raja, who would take over and give us some interesting topics for the day. Master Raja, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and respected guests. Today's theme is stories we experience. The most powerful stories are not told, they are lived. Before we begin, I'd like to share a short personal thought. In life, we often wait for big moments to define our story. But when we look back, it's usually the small, unexpected experiences that shape us the most. A conversation, a failure, a risk, these become the stories we carry within us. And today, we bring those lived stories to life. Welcome to Table Topics. Table Topics is one of the best ways to practice thinking and speaking on our feet, or in other words, impromptu speaking. Table topic speeches should be within 1 to 2 minutes. When you are called up, please do your best to speak for at least 1 minute. Let's begin with the table topic session. First of all, I would like to invite distinguished Toastmaster Mohit on the stage for the first topic.
Thank you.
Topic is talk about your favorite childhood memory.
My favorite childhood memory. Thank you, Toastmaster Raja, for that brilliant topic. Just trying to go down the memory lane to pick up one of the many amazing stories that were there in our childhood. So one of the most favorite memories I have is that of playing video games. Back in the time, we did not have mobile phones and internet, and we used to have these video game parlors where we would go and just play all the time. You know, whatever time we would get, we would be, at least I would be found in one of those video game parlors. Right. So it was something that gave me a sense of imagination, those video games, possibilities. And it was also a place where I would meet with other fellow human beings, right, who were so different, and they came from all different walks of life, and they were like Toastmasters. Like we meet people who are completely different in age groups and walks of life and everything. So that was what was happening back in those video game parlors as well. One particular memory I have is that there was once a time when Diwali was around the corner, but I was, instead of burning the crackers, I was still more interested in playing the video games. So there was a fire that broke out in the, because of those fire, all these those shops that are put out during the Diwali time, and then even the video game parlor caught fire. And I remember the escape from that video game parlor and back into the safety of my home. So I remember that that's how strongly I felt about the video games. I was there all the time. It was something that opened possibilities and opened doors for me in terms of imagination. And even though at times it was becoming like a life-threatening experience, but I would still go there all the time. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for sharing your experience. I can still remember video game parlors where we used to play many games, like arcade games and other video games. Thank you. Now I would like to invite guest to the podium. Guest Prashant, do you want to go next? You want to try?
Yes, I would like to try.
Thank you. For you, topic is describe your best day in last 1 year.
Okay, I'm going to share one unforgettable experience, and whenever I think of it, I can't stop smiling. So, a couple of months back, we visited a place called Imagica. It is a theme park, and I can tell you it was adrenaline-packed experience, thrill rides for the adventure seekers, and that place is divided into three parts. Like one is water park, one is for the rides, and there is one ice park also, and there are live performance and live shows also. It's an amazing place, and to be visited, can be visited more than once. A couple of times you can visit it. So that experience was amazing. I remember one incident where a roller coaster ride, it started climbing slowly towards upward, and as it was climbing, and it was kind of building some thrilling inside the stomach that what is going to happen next. And you won't believe that after a certain point it dropped. There was a sudden drop, and it left me screaming, because there was a sudden drop, zero gravity, and you can't do anything. You just sitting tight and just screaming and doing nothing, and you're thinking whether you will survive or not, if you will survive to complete this ride or not. And that was amazing experience, because there were sharp twist turn, and I can say that was terrifying and exhilarating as well. So I'm trying to use that word exhilarating. That's the reason I said. And but that experience is amazing, because at certain point I thought there was a pendulum ride where that pendulum went upward and then it came downward. So first time I felt that I don't know whether I'll be able to survive or not, because I was screaming. And then the second time I thought that now I'm going to lose life, so let's enjoy the view. Then I started enjoying the view around. It was a green at height. So that was amazing experience in last 1 year. So that's all from my side. Visit Imagica. It's nearby from our place, but I don't know how far from your place.
Thank you, guest Prashant, for sharing your adventurous experience with us. Next, I would like to invite Colonel Prem Prakash on stage.
Hi, morning.
Hi, morning. For you, the topic is share a moment when you felt really proud of yourself.
Oh, wow. I think exhilaration all the way. When I was just thinking about it in RIMC, we had this, we learned about Hillary doing an expedition, ocean to sky expedition from Rishikesh going down to this Ganga Sagar on the boat. And he had, I think, his team, and this must be in what 76, 77. And of course, he was a popular figure after being the first mountaineer atop Everest. So it was 20 years later that he was there. So at RIMC, I think some of us, a few cadets, decided that we will take a cycle trip and go and meet him, take his autograph in Rishikesh. So we got hold of our cycles and we started from there in the afternoon. Not much distance, about 50, 60 kilometers from there. And so once we started, after about an hour, it started pouring, and it really heavy rains. And so as through those mountain, the hill roads, so it became little dicey kind of thing, that whether we should continue or we stop for a while, but then we decided to go ahead. And so we were all drenched, and of course there was a little heavy rain. But nonetheless, so braving this weather, we reached and met Edmund Hillary. So it was such a adventurous thing to do and a great experience to meet him in the hotel there where he had stopped. And since RIMC also, we've been doing trekking and climbing and so on. So, and he also, I think, exchanged whatever, and then he gave us that autograph on, I think there are some rupee note. So possibly, I think some of us I would also be having that somewhere in my diary. So that is one memory that I have of this adventure kind of moment and meeting him. And then, of course, there are many others, being in RIMC, ND, and the Forge much later. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you for sharing your experience. Next topic is for Bhavya.
Yes.
Talk about a place you love visiting again and again.
I think for me, the place I love visiting again and again would be my college. So I completed my college, like my bachelor's around 4 years ago. And that place has a lot of memories, good memories with my friends, my professors. And that's the place where I came out from my school, and I was just a teenager when I entered that place, and I had a lot of amazing experiences. I completed architecture. I went on a lot of trips from that college, participated in a lot of competitions. So I think my university holds a lot of beautiful memories for me, and I just love visiting that place again and again. But unfortunately, it's just hard to align timelines with my friends and my professors to be free at the same time and be available in the university, because normally when me and my friends are free is during the time when the university is on vacations or people are just too busy in exam duties. So that's the reason I have been thinking about visiting my university and meeting my professors along with my friends for a very long time, but I have not been able to accomplish that. But given a chance, if the timelines match, I would love to visit that place again and meet my teachers and just share how far we have come from the place where we just started right out of school. So, do you also all like going back to the place you studied or made some amazing friendships? Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, guest Bhavya, for sharing your experience. I can totally understand how it is difficult to get a common time on which we can visit our college. Next, Toastmaster Kanchan. Topic for you is describe a fun or funny incident with your friends.
Could you repeat, please?
Describe a fun or funny incident with your friends.
Well, this is very interesting topic, and I have so many funny things with my friends, with different types of friends. However, I will share one funny incident. So, in my previous job, my friend name was Bani. She was in finance department. So we were both in same age. However, our department was very different. So most of the time we made the fun of our bosses, and we laughed together in sometimes we laugh together in cafeteria or maybe when we were traveling. So the thing was like our bosses was very our bosses were very talkative. Like they shared every details except the the purpose of the task or the project. So most of the time we made the fun, and apart from that, as a working professional friend, we laugh together, and we were never like bitching for like team members, but we had a lot of fun. So I think this was the funny incident with my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Ranjan, do you want to go next? You are not audible. Meanwhile, I would like to invite Toastmaster Gayatri. And then we'll have a last topic. Toastmaster Gayatri, please unmute yourself.
I think she has left the meeting.
She has left? Okay. Toastmaster Tanav.
Am I audible now?
You can take me.
Who's speaking? Parth Sudan. Toastmaster Parth Sudan.
Geeta. Timer.
Okay, I would like to request everyone to rename themselves, because I can see different names. Toastmaster Seema.
Because this is my son's laptop
Okay.
or what.
So for you, the topic is talk about your favorite teacher or mentor.
My favorite teacher or mentor is my father, because I've learned a lot from him. He started from the scratch. When he came to Delhi, he had just a small government job with him and 5 sisters without a father. He did so much of hard work. Like in office, he was so honest, and on Diwali and Holi, on festivals, he used to do duties so that he can get some extra amount so he can help the family. And moreover, the way he does planning and the way he raised us, that you should be very, very simple person. You should be very, very humble person. You should be always grounded. धरती से जुड़े रहो, धरती से जुड़े रहो. Like whenever we do something, whenever I score good marks or I got a job, then he said that first you offer sweets to the servant, to the guard. So whenever I get a promotion in the office or I get a good news, I start distributing the sweets from the guard, not from the higher authorities. Because what people used to do, they start distributing the sweets from the chairperson, but I don't. I start distributing the sweets from the lowest to lowest, like a safai wala, like a guard. I always start distributing the things from there. What I have learned from my father, that you should be a good human being first, rather than a successful person. That's what I have learned, and this is the principle I am carrying in my life. And my father is a very, very successful person. He's being loved by everyone so much, and that is what I am, being loved in my office, my house, and especially the lower people. They love me like anything, and I like it. I love कि मुझे बड़े लोग ना जाने पर मुझे छोटे लोग जाने. I feel so. He's my teacher. He's my mentor. What I've learned is the humility, simplicity, groundness. What I've learned. This is what I've learned from my father. He's my mentor. He's my teacher. He's everything to me. And I've learned to live in scarcity. And I've learned how to manage money, not to waste money. Money should be valued. I should not waste money. Yeah, if somebody needs the money, if genuinely, I will give, but not for कि हाँ मुझे घूमने जाना है तो मुझे पैसा दे दो. नहीं, आपको पढ़ना है, मैं दे दूंगी. मैं अपना I will cut my expense कि आपका बच्चा अच्छा पढ़ जाए. I'll be surely cutting my expenses. And I have never bought expensive things in my life. I want to, but I have never bought. Because I want my servant son to study in good institution. So I will give money to him. That is what I have learned from my father. That you should be always helpful. You should be like, when you will die, who will cry? That is what I have learned. जब आप मरोगे ना, तब आपके लिए कौन रोएगा ना, वही आपने कमाया है. जब आप आते हैं तब आप रोते हैं, और जब आप जाते हैं तब लोग रोते हैं. When you will die, who will cry? Will tell कि आप कैसे इंसान हैं. This is what I have learned. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your experience. It was very emotional for me. And I can totally understand what we can learn from our father and great personality like Joe. And I think your father has a very good personality and very inspirational, because many times we value the people who are at the topmost in the position, but we must value people who are at the last rung of the society. Thank you, ma'am. Guest Ranjan, are you there?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. The topic is share a simple habit that has improved your life.
Okay. So I'm a firm believer in consistency and doing same things again and again. I think one thing which I think someone also covered during the stint, that recommending the atomic habits. So one thing which I always follow is getting up early in the morning and plan my day before one day before. So example, if I have to get up early, go to the gym, go to the office, then I plan my day accordingly prior to the next day. Example, so I'll keep my shoes, I keep my track pants, I keep my clothes and bags, everything at a place so that I can just pick it up and go and save the time. That is one. And second, I think you have to build that environment as the lady said that you should keep the shoes next to your bed so that you can just wear and go out. So these are the small habits you should do. I think make things visible which you want to do next day or the same day. If you visualize it, put it somewhere in your way of life. I think that's a habit I follow and it works really well for me.
Thank you, guest Ranjan. Thank you to all the speakers for sharing your wonderful, real and powerful stories. It was really an inspirational session for me. Today, we didn't just hear speeches, we experienced lived life, perspectives and emotions. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raja, for conducting a wonderful table topics segment, and for everyone who spoke today, share your stories with all of us. Now, as we come to the end of the meeting today, I would like to leave you with one final thought. Throughout today's meeting, we spoke about stories, experiences, how brands create memorable moments. But the real lesson isn't just for the businesses. Perhaps it is for all of us to understand that at the end of our lives, nobody remembers the number of phones they owned or the gadgets they purchased. What we all remember will be the stories we have lived by, the risk we took, the dreams we pursued, and the people we met along this journey. We can spend our lives collecting things, but we can spend our lives collecting moments. And before I would like to conclude the theme, I would like you all to remember the beginning of the today's meeting. Do you remember that auction board that I shared with all of you? And the one story or the dream that you chose and quietly kept with yourself. The reason I began today's meeting with that activity was because I didn't want to simply tell you about experiential storytelling. I wanted you all to experience it. For a few moments, I wanted you to imagine yourself living that dream, taking that trip, giving that speech, writing that book, or achieving that goal. I hope I was able to take you on that ride throughout, because that choice that you make was just not an item, it was your fortune. A story waiting to be lived, an experience that is waiting to be created. And perhaps that is the message I hope all of us is taking back home today. Don't leave your fortune on that bingo card. Don't leave it as a dream. Take it as your opportunity. Create that experience. Start writing your story. Because the stories we are going to tell tomorrow are built by the choices we make today. So, as speakers, leaders, and individuals, let us not simply tell stories, let us live them. Because in the end, the stories we experience are the stories that we become. Now, I would like to call on stage our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Soumya, to take it forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek, for such a beautiful team-out session, and for everyone for participating wholeheartedly in an exhilarating way and making another successful meeting. So now it's time for evaluation. Now it's time to learn how we can do even better next time. For that, first we will do the tag team evaluation. Speech evaluation. Yes, sorry about that. First, we will have speech evaluations, and for that, for the first speech, I would first call for the first speech Toastmaster Kanchan, who evaluated Toastmaster Vinny's speech. Toastmaster Kanchan, please come on.
Thank you, Toast. Thank you, Toastmaster Nibalu. Actually, I'm having network issues, so I will turn off my camera for better audio quality. Habit is something that we do without thinking, like brushing and eating food. These habits are essential for living healthy life, and these tiny habits are well connected with small choices and extraordinary results. Postmaster Winnie did commendable job. Now, I would like to present my report on what went well and areas for the improvement. Speaker had confident opening, showing coffee mug and asking questions from audience. He grabbed audience attention and connected with them. And this is essential skill in public speaking. So kudos to the speaker. The speaker had natural body language and used mindful gesture throughout the speech. Keep it up. The speaker had great speech structure flow from intro to body to conclusion. She shared many examples like jogging, checking phone, and so many examples and personal stories. She advised to build creating small habits. She also shared action plan as well. So kudos to you. With that, I see area for the improvement. Speaker had great content, great speech title. However, speaker used so many examples and so many stories. And in public speaking, it sometimes confused the audience. So, as an evaluator, I encourage to the speaker to use one or max to max two story and write down it from intro to body to conclusion. Overall, she spoke very well, and the speech objective was met. I look forward hearing more excellent speeches in near future. Thank you, and back to evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kanchan, for your evaluation. Now, let's move on to the next speech, which was Toastmaster Tanav's icebreaker, evaluated by Toastmaster Gayatri. So, Toastmaster Gayatri, could I please have you on the stage?
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. Am I audible?
Yes, Gayatri, you are audible.
That's some problem. Toastmaster Tanav, what a confident icebreaker speech it is. First of all, I would like to congratulate on completing a very important first step in your Toastmaster journey. That is your icebreaker speech. Actually, really, I did not find that as an icebreaker speech because you really looked very confident and composed. As it is an icebreaker speech, the objective is just to introduce yourself to the audience. So that it will get rid of your fear, right? So in that way, you shared your personal story like educational background, interest, and your experiences. So it allowed to know who you are, what motivates you, and what you are trying to achieve. Like that, we could understand you very well. So the purpose of the speech was perfectly fulfilled. Apart from that, throughout your speech, you looked very confident, and your eye contact, facial expressions, your hand gestures and all in sync with your script. And you had a smile on your face throughout your speech. That was very pleasant to watch for the audience. And you used simple words so that we all could easily understand what you are trying to convey. And also, I liked the title. And you used some descriptive words, mountain for your goals and passions. you did not directly mention it. That was a wonderful idea to make your speech great. And also, I really like the way you emphasize the key messages by your vocal variety. Overall, you had a natural flow from opening to your current state. Now I have only one recommendation to make your speech from good to great. That is, you could have started your speech with the question or story or any other quote, so that it will be more engaging to the audience. So that is the only recommendation for I give for you. So to summarize, you had great content and confident eye contact, hand gestures, vocal variety, title, and choice of words. And only recommendation, you must have the strong opening in your speech. Thank you. Back to you, the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gayatri, for that evaluation. Let's now move on to the general evaluation of the entire meeting and the different role players. So for first, we'll have, again, we go through the tag team first, and then I will conclude with my report. So first, let's go with the timer report, which was done by Toastmaster Geeta. Toastmaster Geeta, could you please present your report? We can't hear you. Toastmaster Geeta, you're on mute.
Vinny Batra. Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
we can hear you now.
For Vinny Batra ji, she took 9 minutes and 1 second. 9 minutes and 1 second. I think her time is for 5 to 7 minutes now. So she is over by 2 minutes. And for Tanav, icebreaker speech. And he took 5 minutes, 55 seconds. So he is within the time limits. And for Mohit, I think it's Mohit ji, it's a table topic. Yeah, he took 2 minutes, 12 seconds. Mohit ji. And Prashant ji also took 2 minutes, 35 seconds. And Colonel Prem Prakash ji took 2 minutes, 20 seconds. They are all within the limits. And Bhavya, she took 1 minute, 40 seconds. I think she's also within the limits. And Kanchan for the evaluator, na? No, Kanchan for the table topics. She took 1 minute, 26 seconds. And for me, I don't know how much time I have taken because I have not noticed my time. And for Ranjan ji, for that evaluation, I think Ranjan is for evaluation, na?
He should be table topics.
At a table topics, he took 1 minute, 6 seconds. And Kanchan evaluation, she took 2 minutes, 31 seconds. And Gayatri 3 minutes, 11 seconds.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Geeta. I think we have everybody was within time except one disqualification.
Vinny Batra, she.
Sure. Okay, so now let's move on to the R counter report, which was done by Toastmaster Mukesh.
Hello everyone. Once again, hope everyone can see my screen. Overall, the speeches today were quite exhilarating. It was quite difficult to find out crutch words because everyone spoke so well. However, I managed to identify a couple of words which I am showing on my screen. I will share the detailed reports in our WhatsApp group. Thank you. Over to you, General Event.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mukesh. Please also share this report on the WhatsApp group so that folks have it handy. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Will do.
Now,
Thank you.
Thank you. Now moving on to the grammarian report, which was done by Toastmaster Mohit.
Hi everyone, I'm here with my grammarian report. So first of all, the word of the day today was exhilarating, and many of you used it. So it was exhilarating to see all of you use the word of the day. It means something that makes you happy, and it was used by Toastmaster Soumya twice, Toastmaster Sharad once, soon to be Toastmaster Prashant once, Colonel Prem once, and Toastmaster Mukesh once. There were also several good usages that were used today. Some phrases which I noted. Toastmaster Mehek, you did a fantastic job at that. Some of the phrases you used were, people may forget what you said, but not how you made them feel. You also said, experience occupies space in our hearts. Product has become secondary, experience is the main thing. Toastmaster Vinny used the phrase, celebrate the small wins. Colonel Prem used started pouring, which means raining heavily. And Toastmaster Bhavya said, how far have we come, to demonstrate the journey that we have traveled. Toastmaster Tanav said, learning is exciting, but applying the learning is even more important. Some of the words that I noted, Soumya used fast track, boundless number of times. Toastmaster Vinny used that. Reflexive, again Toastmaster Vinny. Quality time, Prashant. Thinking on our feet, Toastmaster Raja. Adrenaline packed, soon to be Toastmaster Prashant used that. Twists and turns, soon to be Toastmaster Prashant. Cadets, Colonel Prem. Accomplish, guest Bhavya. Humble, grounded, humility, Toastmaster Geeta. Last rung, Toastmaster Raja. And Toastmaster Gayatri used several good words as well. Composed, descriptive words, vocal variety. Toastmaster Tanav used virtue, control over comfort, judiciously. Soon to be Toastmaster Ranjan used the word follow, and Kanchan used grabbed audience's attention. So that's all I have for my report. Continue to practice the new word that you've learned today, exhilarating, and it will surely be exhilarating for you to learn new words. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Soumya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for that great report. So now I will conclude with my overall report of the meeting. I will walk through first the different role players and then talk about our general meeting, how as a unit we can get better. And there would be two things I would talk about: what went well, and in case there were misses that could be improved. A third thing that I might talk about are the recurring themes that has been observed through several meetings and that we should all attempt to correct, because it's recurring things that can be improved are the areas that we have gotten stuck on, and we should get out of that trough, get to a better place, because as Toastmaster Tanav reminded us today, if you're not climbing a mountain, we are going down. So let's keep climbing and keep getting better. So, okay, let's start with the Sergeant at Arms, who was Toastmaster Sharad. It was a wonderful start of the meeting. You reminded us of the mission. I like that you encouraged people to turn on the cameras, but you also nudged individual folks to turn their cameras on. Sometimes that a nudge is what we need, and it's okay to even pick on, we are all friends here, so it's okay to pick on people as well like that. One suggestion is to perhaps start the meeting with an activity, because the start of the meeting, the energy that you infuse at the start of the meeting flows through the entire meeting. It doesn't have to be necessarily an energetic, particular kind of activity. It could be something related to theme, anything else, or perhaps something that you would like to prime the members before they start the meeting. So that was SA. Then we had the two-minute speech by Toastmaster Mohit. It was like, I was mind blown. It was amazing. It had a use of props. In 2 minutes, you were able to inspire us to take action. It was very thoughtful. In fact, the title of the speech itself was it had a mystery, and it added to the overall impact you wanted to create. And of course, the origami ending with the magic trick in some sense. I really could not find anything. I don't think you would have done it better. Meet some more experienced Toastmasters to evaluate that. I could not find anything else. Love that 2-minute speech. Then we had our star T-Mod Toastmaster Mehek. What a beautiful theme you had! What a beautiful way you executed. Apart from, of course, the grammar, language, phrases usage that you had, that Toastmaster Mohit already mentioned, I specifically want to appreciate how you included the activities before making a point. So if you had started with, and you did that throughout, first with the images in the beginning, then secondly, you called people on stage and asked them to do word association, and then brought back, you had a call back to that image again. So when you start with an activity, now people have evidence already in their mind for what you are saying later on. So I think that created more impact, created the impact that you wanted to create. One suggestion for you, which is recurring now, is the camera glitches. So today the audio was fine, but the camera was glitching in the beginning at least, and at few times. So see what you can do about the connection, if it's possible for you, because nothing should interfere really. Imagine if things are great with it, then after you fix that, things would be even better. But yeah, otherwise, great theme. Thanks for making it so engaging. After the team-on, during the team-on, we had two wonderful speeches by Toastmaster Vinny and Toastmaster Tanav. Toastmaster Vinny brought out real-world examples, practical takeaways from the lessons of the book most of us might have already read. So that was awesome. Tanav, great inspirational speech. As I said, I think very mature thoughts at your age. Most people would not think, but I think very amazing lessons brought out. So thanks for that. The evaluators already did the speech evaluation, so we didn't go more into that. After the speeches, we had the table topics, which was by Toastmaster Raja. It was again theme aligned. I think you actually nailed how we should do the hybrid setup, because you included people both from the online and in person. You called one person from in person and then online. So as well as if somebody wanted to speak, like Toastmaster Kanchan, you took that into account. So that was great. I also appreciated that you tried something different by calling people randomly on your own, rather than wait for people to raise hands. That allowed you to call on folks who did not have speaking roles or didn't speak a lot through the meeting. And again, as a general rule for table topics, you do have that choice with you. You can also call people on the stage yourself. Of course, the balance that we do want to maintain there is that in case there are people who want to speak, we also give them the chance. Another, of course, the other good aspect that you displayed was that you talked about your own associated memory after every speech. So that made it more rounded. Again, I didn't find anything I don't have any constructive feedback to make the table topic session better for you, Toastmaster Raj. I think it was done quite well. Now, after the table topic, then moving on to the speech evaluations. So, Toastmaster Kanchan, yeah, you displayed great observation skills. You followed the commendation, recommendation format. So you pointed out both the positives and what could be improved, while ending with with how the overall speech felt. The miss or the thing that I would suggest to switch is again technical. It can be managed, but uh, when so it seems like a small thing, but when the cameras are off, it does help. It creates a barrier to create a connection. So especially for evaluators, because you want to be directly speaking to whoever you're giving the evaluation to. So at least if you are doing speech evaluation, I really highly recommend to turn on the cameras. I understand if the net was not working, maybe is there another way you could think? Could you join from the phone? And obviously, sometimes you will not be able to do anything about it, but at least let's have a let's attempt to create a better experience for whoever you're giving the evaluation to. Then Toastmaster Gayatri, again, I think very specific. What I liked about your feedback was that was very specific. So you mentioned, and you covered everything really, like from content to language to body language to vocal variety, as well as you gave a practical suggestion that Toastmaster Tanaf could incorporate in his next speech. Same for you in terms of what can be done better to turn the camera on, because again here the remote setup anyways creates a barrier. Let's not create more by not having the cameras on. We want to perhaps directly speak. So yeah, so these were the speech evaluations. Now for the tag team, yeah, I think all three, Toastmaster Geeta, Toastmaster Mukesh, Toastmaster Mohit, of course, they did your roles wonderfully. You told us what how the timing. Toastmaster Geeta told us, noted the timings for all speeches. One suggestion would be that you could perhaps put it, display it in a written format. That way, folks can just read it from the, read it off the screen. And one more suggestion for you, Toastmaster Geeta, is that when taking up a role, you could maybe get the details before the meeting starts. That will give you also a lot of prep time, or if there are questions or confusion, we can resolve that sooner rather than in the meeting.
Yeah. My apologies for today's session.
No
apologies.
No apologies needed. It's just things to.
Yeah, I should ask before. My apologies. In future, it won't happen.
No, don't worry. It's okay if it happens. With learning, it's again making all of us better. That's all. But yeah, thank you.
One thing, Soumya, next Sunday I am not available. So don't give me any role. I won't be attending the session.
Sure. Okay. Thanks for letting us know in advance. Then Toastmaster Mukesh, yes, I think thanks for displaying the A's and ums that you noted for the meeting. We will be sharing it later also. For Toastmaster Mohit, yes, it was again a great grammarian report. The word that you chose was good enough that it was not too easy, but it wasn't too difficult that people could not use it. So that's helpful. Sometimes we get words that we're not able to use. Yeah, perhaps one suggestion would be that if you're not giving idiom of the day, you could explain your reasoning, like why not, so that others can also, everyone can know why that was the case. So that's the tag team report. Now coming to the overall meeting. Overall meeting where now it's the evaluation for all of us, including myself, where we see how as a group we can do well. So what went well? We had 4 guests. I think that's a very good, that was a good sign. We invited the guests to introduce themselves, and a lot of them, a lot of folks that we will take feedback from later as well. But they showed interest in being part of Toastmasters. So that's good. We again followed a good structured meeting. It was well organized, and what we do well, we have been doing well. So that's amazing. Everybody played their roles well. That was very evident. I could see that people wanted to. They played the roles to the best of their ability. If you're a speaker, you try to give your best. If you're an evaluator, you try to give your best. If you're a team or if you're TTM. So that is 100% on point. That appears to me. Now the misses that we had, there were two misses. One was that we didn't have a presiding officer and we didn't realize it till the meeting started. So now the way we fix it is that the presiding, we assume basically that either Toastmaster Harinder or Toastmaster Vivek would be here. But now to prevent it, it's basically either we ask them, we confirm it in advance, or of course they let us know in advance that they are not going to be joining. And that was one miss. The other miss for this meeting was that we didn't pin the timer. At least maybe at least here it was not visible. So of course, if the timer is not pinned, it's going to create problems for whoever is speaking. Now, okay, so these were the two misses. The things now that are recurring and we can improve. The meeting time, we've been starting late for multiple times. Yes, it of course it correlates with the in-person thing too, and it includes me to make it before time. So here, let's try to come before time, set it up. I think since we are doing in person, we need to aim at 10:15 rather than 10:30. That's when we will be able to start the meeting on time. The role players, this was something Toastmaster Mehak had also mentioned earlier. Let's have the role players join, who are online at least 5 minutes before. So yeah, I think these are the major suggestions. I think if we improve the timing, that's the big hurdle we have. Timing and technical glitches. Yes, sorry. The last point is that we had technical glitches in some of the members. So for that, the solution is just try it out before the meeting starts. I think these two are the hurdles. If we cross it, then we'll move to the next mountain. That's what we should be aiming for. Yes, so that concludes my report. And now I hand it back to Team already, or Toastmaster. Presiding, can you be acting? Yeah, okay, so I'll hand it over to Toastmaster Mohit, who is the acting presiding officer.
Thank you. Hi everyone. Yes, we come to the end of another amazing session with all the glitches and everything. I think the key thing is that we are still moving forward, we're still learning, and that is what we are here for. So I would like to gather some feedback, and especially from the guests who are still here, which I don't see many are here, but maybe Toastmaster Nancy, you are the newest member. We would like to hear from you now that you've attended a few sessions. What has been your experience in just a line or two?
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, Nancy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nancy, and yes, I joined Toastmaster because I want to improve my communication and public speaking skills. And sometimes I feel nervous. Why I don't understand while I'm nervous speaking in front of people. And yes, I believe this platform will help me. And yes, before days, I'll join this platform, become more confident and express myself better. And yeah, that's enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. Yeah, I think all the things you said, that's the reason why we are all here. And as you can see, some of the experienced speakers, including me, do become nervous even now on the stage. But the point is that we come more and more on the stage to overcome that fear or that nervousness. So you will see yourself improving in a matter of time. Only just push yourself to come forward and speak. Thank you for sharing that. Now, I would like to request everybody to cast your votes. We don't have a lot of people, but whoever is present, I'll share the link on the group chat. And if you can cast your votes for the best speaker, best role player, and also any other feedback that you might have, which could help us improve the quality of these meetings.
Bye.
Just allow me a minute. I'm finding that link. Have that handy, the Your Voice Matters link. Okay, send it on WhatsApp. Can we somehow send it here? No, okay. I will try and find it on. The link is now on the group chat. Please click on this link and fill this out. Let's take a minute for that. Yeah, don't have any guests now. I think, yeah, people have already left. I hope I'm not missing out on anyone who's still present as guest. Has everybody filled this out? Okay, great. Okay, with that, we come to the end of this session. So now all of us know the next steps, including you, Nancy. Although you're new, now you know this is how the different role players come forward and take up the roles. And we will support you in whatever role you take during the week. And then you come forward and perform that role. So let's close this session and let's look forward to the next one. Have a great week ahead, and we'll close the session today. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.